Adanna is a young, beautiful maiden who lives in the heart of an Igbo village in Nigeria. She is the only daughter of Chief Dike, the richest man in the community. Adanna's beauty is the talk of the land. Some say her skin is as smooth as silk and eyes that sparkles like diamond. She was the pride of her father, the desire of every young man in the village. All the young maidens in her village admired her. But there was a problem. Despite all of this beauty Adanna has, she remained unmarried. Not because suitors were not coming. Of course, which suitor won't want to marry the beautiful Adanna? But she needs to sort out a problem. Suitors came from east, west, north, and south. Merchants, kings, princes, those that came with entourage, those that came with horses and chariots. Different tribes from every part of the land came for Adanna, but they see a monstrous face whenever they come instead of seeing the beautiful Adanna, and they will run to their heels. Each time a suitor comes, they keep seeing a monstrous face. This kept on repeating itself on and on and on. All the suitors that came for Adanna's hand in marriage ran away because they are always greeted with the face of a monster each time they come to seek for Adanna's hand in marriage. Rumors spread like wildfire through the village, each suitor returning home in fear. Unable to explain the horror they had witnessed, the villagers were surprised. Most elderly women prevented their son from coming to ask for Adanna's hand in marriage because they believed she is not just a beauty, she is a monster. Adanna was bewildered by their reactions. She was wondering what could be wrong with her. Why do suitors keep running away from her? She became a shadow of herself and became so lean that she would lock herself up in the room for days without coming out. Chief Dike, Adanna's father, was also very worried about his daughter's predicament. He invited seers from all over the land, but none of them could be able to tell the cause of Adanna's issue. Ladies in the village laughed at Adanna. They mocked her that the beauty that has taken their chances of being with the men they like has suddenly become a monster. One day, a wise seer visited the village. His eyes were filled with knowledge beyond his years. He listened to the villagers' tales of Adanna's predicaments and nodded with the voice, saying, Adanna's beauty is not her own. The seer said it was a gift from the river goddess Ezewanyimiri. Ezewanyimiri is the goddess of the 7 rivers of Idemili. The seer said a long time ago, Nneka, the late mother of Adanna, had issues getting pregnant after marriage. She cried her eyes out because of the humiliations she got from everyone, and she decided to visit Ezewanyimiri. Ezewanyimiri came out of the water and told Nneka that she won't be able to pay for the sacrifice she will have to do in order to get pregnant. Ezewanyimiri asked Nneka to go home and wait for the gods to bless her with a child at the appointed time. Nneka went home but came back the next day and cried at the riverside, calling on Ezewanyimiri to come out and answer her, that she was ready to do anything the goddess asked her to do as long as she was going to have a child. Ezewanyimiri came out of the water, listened to Nneka's pleas and told her okay, that since she was willing to do anything, any sacrifice at all, just to get pregnant, that she should go home and in the next 3 months, she should come back and thank her, because by that time, Nneka would be pregnant with a child. 3 months later, Nneka truly discovered that she was pregnant, and she came back to the river goddess Ezewanyi Mmiri to ask for what she should do in return to thank Ezewanyi Mmiri for blessing her womb with a child. Ezewanyi Mmiri came out of the water with her brother and told Nneka that she would give her child's hand in marriage to her brother, who is the prince of the water. And while they are betrothed, that no man would be able to marry Adanna while she grows up. That Adanna will have all the beauty in the world, but no man should come close to Adanna, because Adanna is already married to the prince of the waters. Nneka accepted the goddess's condition out of desperation to be a mother, and she went home and had her child. The seer went further to say that the only solution that could take off the curse from Adanna is to have a man that genuinely and truly loves Adanna from his heart follow Adanna to the river goddess to ask for mercy and plead with her to please free Adanna from this union between the goddess's brother and her. That is the only solution to Adanna's problem. All the young men in the village refused to follow Adanna to the river goddess because they feared Ezewanyi Mmiri and her wrath. They all turned their backs on Adanna because they don't want to face Ezewanyi's problem. Adanna's father became worried. One day, a young farmer named Odinaka stepped forward and said he was willing to follow Adanna to the river goddess to plead for mercy. It turned out that Odinaka has been having eyes on Adanna from the very beginning, but because he was poor and had no competition level with the other suitors, he didn't come forward to seek for Adanna's hand in marriage. So this was like an opportunity for Odinaka to show Adanna how much he truly loves her. The next day, Odinaka and Adanna went to the river goddess Ezewanyi Mmiri to plead to her to please have mercy on Adanna and break the marriage between the prince of the waters and Adanna. Ezewanyi Mmiri came out and told them to go back home, that this is beyond them. She said Adanna's mother and her already had a covenant and an agreement over this marriage. Odinaka and Adanna kept coming to the riverside. They performed the ancient ritual, calling upon the river goddess always to please release Adanna from this curse. As the water turned, the river goddess came out with her brother, and they both had mercy on Adanna, saying that it's not Adanna's fault, but her mother's fault, who agreed into such a covenant with them, all because she wanted a child. And out of the genuine love that Odinaka had for Adanna, the river goddess Ezewanyi Mmiri decided to free Adanna from the union between her brother and Adanna, and they were both happy. Chief Dike was happy upon hearing this news. Adanna became free from the curse and was happy, and she became the beautiful, lively, vibrant, kind-hearted Adanna that she used to be. Chief Dike, on the other hand, decided to bless Odinaka for his love and kindness towards his daughter, and Odinaka was happy to hear this, and Adanna decided to marry Odinaka, given that this is the only man that truly loves her genuinely, through thick and thin. And Adanna and Odinaka became couples in a very beautiful wedding, and they lived happily ever after. Now let's look at the moral of this story. The first moral is, True love knows no bounds and can conquer even the most daunting challenges. Secondly, no matter how desperate you are to get something, always think of the repercussions of your agreement before going into any agreement with anyone. Do not be desperate, because desperation can lead you into taking a decision that you might regret later. And again, this is to mothers. Do not go into any agreement or covenant with your child's future, as this could affect your child's future later. Thank you for watching, and please kindly support us by subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing our videos. I hope you learned something from Adanna's story. See you in our next video. Bye.